Hi everyone. I am, yeah, I have been working on stockings. I have been working on Christmas cards, birthday cards, and other items. But I have, I think it's around 14 that I have sampled, put together right now. I am working on linings and stuff, um, and hangers. But I need to make 20. My goal this year is to make 20 stockings in white with white cream and silver, gold, a little bit of pink, and yes. So I actually only have this as a template. I have been working on like templates for some time now, and this I came up with was the most dynamic shape, or I think it fits most perfectly for long stockings. So a slight angle here. So if this is 90 degrees, so this is like, I don't know, more. Yes. A slim stocking. I like to make them slim and long. You can't really see it on this angle. I'm sorry, but that's the best view I can do for you. It's very tiny in the foot, but that's that's the feeling I have for the stocking. So I think if you want a template, go on Pinterest and draw the shape until you're satisfied. This template is without an seam allowance, so I do them very much bigger. As you can see here, I'm just going to take this off. I've pinned the other one, so I have like put so much seam allowance to it because there is going to be layers and layers of linen and laces and old trims and stuff. So they need to be wider because they're gonna fill up a lot and they are gonna be slimmer. And I have tried to just do it by, see, so this one is actually cut like this, but it ended up like this. Okay, so yes, so I decided to do just the length that I have the fabric in. Sometimes they get smaller, like this one, and sometimes they are longer. So this one is around 30 centimeters or 40 centimeters, and the other one is half a meter almost. So, and then I have like these fabrics. I choose to use something kind of heavy. If it's something like this is very light, then I need to put the lining inside. It has to be heavier so it will keep its shape when it's hanging. Yes. Then I take out some laces that match, or there will be a contrast of some sort. When it's busy on the fabric here, I choose something that is pretty, not too many colors, just to keep it. I should have ironed it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna stitch it. So keep this one on. I put this one on first because it matched this one, but it has like a pattern, and that's why I am ready to like do some kind of darker color up here. The edging of something like this would be very harsh and that's why you put like a ribbon or lace or something trim, so you break the colors. Yes. So, and first I was like, I'm just gonna put this on because there's a bit of glitter in the fabric, but I didn't feel like it was enough. It is Christmas and they really want the glitter and everything. So if I don't want to sit for hours and hours to like put sequins and stuff on, then I'm cheating a little bit and putting some glittered tulle underneath. I could have put more layers and then you will see the glitter more. Then I've tried to line them beside each other in the length, and then I can put my laces on so they are almost the same length. It, I don't feel like it matters that much. As you can see here, I lined it very nicely, but there's some of them that's not. Here you can see a bit of difference. If you just match almost, there's so many details in these, so I don't think it has the big difference when we are talking about the kind of money that I'm gonna earn on it. It's not much, so yes. I like it to have a heel, so just a square of fabric. Remember the glitter also there. Then we have this one, and I want the curved edges outside, and then I'm just gonna angle it. You could like do it correctly, so like this. Then we have a angle, a heel, sorry, not an angle. And again, the curved edges outside, and here I just, I don't know, as it does not look right if you have it all the way up here, because then your toe is like too big, so you need to like see where this is too small. You have to find the right place for it. And then again, I don't match them completely because this was a tiny leftover piece of that lace I had left, so I'm doing what I can with it. So like this. Yes. And this one is an angle here and here. I think that's my basic how to put it together. Sorry. So as you can see here, I don't cut my toe completely. I just keep, I cut them in squares, and then I cut around it afterwards when I have stitched all of it. So now I will stitch. I will put one stitching up here. Can you see it? Yeah, up here, just to attach the materials or the fabrics together, so I'm sure that they are not gonna move. Then I am gonna stitch one up here, one down here, and one here, and that's it. I'm not gonna lock the thread because I'm gonna sew these two together, plus I am going to be make a lining, so I don't think that people are going inside, and it is just a decorative piece, so it's not something that I am like really cautious about. It's not something like a bag where you have to wear it, where it has to have something heavy inside and you need to be sure it's not gonna break or anything like that. this is a decorative piece, so because you're gonna sew a lot and everything, you have to keep it simple. I can see I need to turn this one around. It was the opposite. Yeah. So that's how I'm working with my Christmas stocking. I will just stitch this and I will come back to you and show you how it looks when it's all stitched together. Yes. Okay, so now I have stitched all the fabrics on. I have used a beige, light brown thread, not because it's something I would do normally. I would use a white or a cream, but I don't have any left, so I did buy some, but it is too thick for the machine, so yeah, that did not work. So as you can see here, the lines of my stocking is not visible anymore because the pieces that I have stitched on is longer, wider, and so I will now place them on top of each other. Then you can see suddenly that my stocking is back again. So I can see the corner of the fabric up here, and I can see it here. And I know my basic fabric is the right size, they match. So I just stop pinning it on here. So that's good. Then when I come down here, you can see my lace is definitely not the same height. I'm not gonna do it over. Then I have a line here that has no lace on, so that's why I'm matching those, and here and here. So when I do my my inside, my lining, when I stitched it, I keep an open here on the lining, because then I stitched the lining to the right stocking. I will show you that in a moment. I can show you on one of the others because I haven't made lining for this yet. But when I have stitched all around here, I close it up all the way, and then I'm gonna cut it so it follows the line, so there's not too much of fabric inside of the stocking. Okay, so I will be back. So here we go. I have now stitched all the way around. It's not a good stitch here, but that wait. What I do down here, because it's very straight, I like to put a kind of like a curve, so it shapes a little bit more. It's not always you can see it on the finished product, but well, now I will cut the edges, and then you would say, oh my, you have so many, this is not a good cut. Okay, so something like this could be used on a tag. No, like this piece. I'm not going to. This is also for me this time. It's also for me to like use up and only buy for the project from now on. So I'm trying not to save too much. I'm just gonna turn it because I want to see, has it taken everything? It hasn't. I have a problem here. I should go in and just stitch a little bit higher, so I'm sure that stitching is okay. So I will just put this this off. And yes, there is a ton of amazing pieces. That is also some of the items that I shipped to Roxy Carlevin Roseanne last year. I took some of the better bits out and thought I wanted to use it, but I had a whole box of it. And I was like, close it up, ship it, because you have 2 bags and another box full with offcuts when you do projects, and you never reach for them. So I have to let go sometimes, because the toe of the stocking here is like narrow, then I don't want to have too much of this. Many people would say you have to cut into the fabric. I don't, because I like it to have a bit of like dimension, so it's like a filler without a filler. Yes. I'll now stitch this once again, and then I will show you how I have made the lining for something else, but yes, I'll be back. So again, here I have now stitched this stocking once again up here, so just close it, and we will now see how. I haven't turned it yet, so I don't know the results. I've made a couple, and some of them I need to stitch some of the laces again in by hand on the outside. I'm just rolling my stitches here. No, I did not zigzag all my etchings because it's a decorative piece and not a piece that you have to wear or use like as a bag and such. So it is only a decorative piece that you have out like once a year. So that's my stocking here. I will probably put a bit of pearls here, maybe in the center of the flowers, some up here, maybe some see-through, white see-through sequins, some bit of pearl or some kind of bling here. I would maybe put a bit of pearls on the stitching, so I will like make it disappear a bit more, and I will the same decorative beads decorative thing I'm doing here, I will do on this and this one, and that's it. Then I put my lining in afterwards. Why I'm not doing it first? Because I will stitch in the lining if I'm gonna purl stitch. So right now, normally perhaps I would have purl stitch before I sew the stocking, but sometimes I have like put some pearls on outside of the lining, and sometimes the fabric is like moving a bit too much before I'm stitching it all together, so that's not gonna work, you know. So I have taught myself to just stitch the pearls on afterwards, and then put the lining in and put some decorative piece and then out the door. These I am selling around 200 Danish kroners, 200 and 250. That is that $40 to $45, I think. So, and they go well. So, yes. What else would I say about it? A decorative piece would be like 1 to 3 flowers, like fabric flowers. It could be doily flowers, it can be like offcuts that you put together, something like this one where you make a ribbon rose. That could be one of them that I put together. So last year I used some of my snippets and made flowers and clusters, and then some pearl dangles and maybe a Christmas ball, or a bell or something like that. So yes, that's kind of the stocking, right? Then the lining here. So I, as you can see, kept it open down here. I don't know if you can see it for the light and everything. It's very gray outside, so that's why, yes, there's not much light in here. So what I did was I took the finished stocking like this. I put it onto the velvet. I like to use velvet because it's so cheap in the second hand, and it just gives a shine and nice thing. And if it turns like, I don't have a lining where I've used some other linings for these ones, but if it like turns up here, I'm not gonna stitch it, you know, but for me it does not matter. I think it's some of the design that you can see it, so that's why I want it to be something shiny that's inside. Yes, I just place my stocking, my finished stocking or half finished stocking, onto the fabric. I cut around it because the lining does not have to be as big as the actual stocking. Then I am like just cutting it. It's not, as you can see, the edges on the stocking is not very nice, the stitching is not very nice, but it does really not matter because no one is going in the toe of the stocking. But I think it's very important that the lining is going all the way, because it gives you some like a batting or something like that. So it gives some structure to the stocking. So that's why I'm not stopping my lining here, because you will never, if you put a gift into it, you'll never go all the way down. So yeah, I don't know, I haven't considered shutting it, you know. So yeah, but what I do now with this one, if I had a strap for it, this I am going to do. So I have my right side out and my wrong side out on the lining, and then I put my right side in my lining here, and when you work with velvet, it gives, you know, like it can it's easier to work with if you have stitched it wrong, like too little or too long, too wide. So sorry, I'm shaking it a bit so I can get the stocking down, and then I will just pin it, I will stitch it, I will turn my stocking around like this, and then I can close up my lining here, and I can stitch here. No one will see you have an outside stitching here, because then you're gonna put it inside the stocking here, and then bam, you're finished. I hope I explained this correctly, but as you can see, if I put my lining on now, I cannot stitch on this because I will go through the lining, and if the lining is twisted inside the stocking, I can't, I will like stitch it wrongly, and then I need to like take everything apart again. So I am decorating the stocking before I put the lining on. yes, I don't know if you. Let's go through the stockings that I have made so far. There's no decoration on it yet. It is just the fabric and the laces. So we have these. I have this one. I think this was a curtain piece or something like this. Then I have a tiny bit of this and it just match, and a tiny bit of lace. Then we have this one. This is from a dress, I think. And these are squares from a bobbin lace, a really vintage bobbin lace. I have hoarded this forever, but it was just perfect for this project. Sorry. Then we have this one. This is actually a pretty boring curtain lace, but why it works here is because it has like the pattern of stars and stuff. So I will on each one of these put one seed bead or 2 or 3. Let's see. And then I will put a little bit of decorations on these ones, and that's it. I will mainly put decorations on the lace because I want to like have the structure of the lace because it has this pattern, but I will also like to hide it a bit because it's not the best quality of lace. And then I put a like a nude base underneath. Then we have one more of this one, and I haven't like put it out. It has been going a bit fast here. I put a bit of, I had a little bit of this fabric left, and this one, and the glimmer in the fabric, basic fabric, is just giving it an extra glitter here. Yes. And the squares here are very small, but that's because there was no more lace left of that one, I think. Sometimes I tea dye my laces so they match the stocking. I haven't this time. I've tried to just use what I have and just closed my eyes if it was something that was gifted to me or something like that. I just wanted to use. So, and we have this one. This one is going, this lace is going again and again because it was a big curtain that I got on our second hand, and I've just used it. So I need to buy a huge curtain for next year, and that's it. And then maybe a basic of a tablecloth or something like that, and no more. So old laces, just find stuff that is in the right size. I know that up here is the biggest sizes that I need up here, so that's why I start with finding lace that can be up here, and then I'm building down. Then I am building up the colors, because if they don't match, like if they match too much, if it was white all the way through, it will not give the effect of putting lace on lace. So I tea dyed actually this one just to give it a little bit of a break. Then it matched this one, and the basic here is a yeah, it's a raw silk, and it has this powdery, not powdery, has like a sand. It has the same color as this one, but it does break this when you put lace on top. Yes. Then we have a soft pink. I put this glitter underneath, and then the polka dot, pink polka dot on top, because I didn't want it too pink on this one, but I still wanted a little bit. So, and some shine and stuff. So if I did not have enough fabric for a heel, I just didn't make a heel on the stockings. this one again, some here you can see I have stitched it wrongly, so I will by hand stitch it and cut the rest of it off. This one is very soft. It was a lining from a dress, so it will help, yeah, a whole lot to have this lining inside. Yes, but it's very simple. I put just a bit of lace here. I put glitter and a lace with some, yeah, how do you say, yeah, flowers on it. This one is actually the same kind of color as the background, but it's still a lace on top of it. It's a tea-dyed lace that I had left over from other projects, put on top of it. It's just to break the fabric underneath, yes. And then I repeated the same kind of pattern at the toe. Then we have this one. Yeah, this fabric, I think I got that from Nola, or I had it from our second hand. This one is a big piece, so I wanted to use that, like to put like a boot or something like that. And then we have this piece up here. You can see again the fabric was not big enough, so it's luckily a bit of stretch in it, so I will attach it by hand. Then I had some with bling on it, some netting tool, something like that. Then we have this one, as you have seen before. I just made 2 ruffles together and a ribbon on top of it. Sorry, you can't see it. 2 ruffle trims together and a ribbon on top, and just stitch that together. This is a curtain piece and some other laces, fabrics. Here again I have, like, it's probably easier here to see, these two are like 2 of these together. So it's not that I have beautiful laces, I just make them like that. Then we have this one, the last piece I think of this glitter, and then this one, it's like I had the I think it was flowers or something like that in the centers, and then I had this left, and it's just perfect on stockings, I think. Then I have this one again. So this one, because it's so big as it is with this kind of fabric, it will be a bit dull, I think. So I will find a bridle applique that will go around from this size to this size. So up here and down. And maybe put some silver beads so it will match the ribbon I made at the top of it. Yes. Then my last one here is like this one. It is pink, and I was like, when I had it like this, I thought, oh my god, it's too pink. I should have done something. I should have tea-dyed it or something. And then I remember the beautiful applique I got from Nola. And now it's like unicorn. So I think it will sell very quickly. This one is actually a stocking I would call done. It has like an etching from a wedding dress that I got from Nola, that I used as a heel. I just cut it and placed it, and then it matched. This trim here, I'm pretty sure I got it from Nola too, and just put a couple of pearls and some, this is actually buttons, but it matched the green, so I kept it like that. Then here I have lined it with the velvet, and I just made a ribbon like this. I think I will put some beads on that is green. But that's my stocking so far. I think I need to make 4 or 5 more, and then I am finished with stockings for this year. So I hope I inspired you in some way and gave you some ideas. But please put some thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like, of course. And then see you in my next video. Bye!